So the Apostle Paul's like, listen, if someone in your church is not willing to go to work, they should not eat. So where's the balance here of give to everyone who asks of you, but don't enable their bad behavior? I think that's where we need to use wisdom.
So this is how I look at it from my life. I am always prepared to give. Because a lot of times people aren't prepared to give, so they either don't give or they put themselves in a hole, and it creates more issues for them. So one of the things that me and Anna do, we prepare to give. We have a blessing fund in our budget. It's not crazy, but we're able to bless somebody.
What's going on, everybody? Today, we got a treat for you. We are talking about the big question: how nice is too nice as a Christian? Should we give to every homeless person we see? Should we give to everyone who asks us for money? How do we make sure that we're not being taken advantage of? We're going to dive into that. We're also diving into the holidays when we have family over who maybe don't know the Lord, who may be struggling with alcohol or all these different things. How do we address them? How do we love them as Christians, but how do we set up boundaries as well? We're diving into all of that in today's episode. So like this video if it helps you, comment down below. We want to hear from you, and subscribe so you can keep in touch with what we got going on.
Look at us in our button-up shirts.
Dude, we are feeling professional today.
Dude.
You look like you should live in like Colorado or something.
I want to preach in this shirt one day.
You love Colorado, man.
Do you think the church would judge me if I preached in this one day?
I'd probably judge you if you.
Would you?
I'm just kidding. No, I like that shirt a lot.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
It suits you though, man. It's very Western.
Pearl snap, a little.
Dude, yes.
I like the pearl snaps.
I could never pull that off.
You look good in suede.
I gotta have like a solid color.
Yeah.
So
if I bought you one of these, you wouldn't wear it?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
Maybe if it was a solid color, I would.
All right.
I would. Like, give me like a black or like a.
I'll find you a nice
white
pearl snap.
I'll take a pearl snap.
I got you, bro.
So I got a game for you.
I'm ready.
Now this one's really funny. Okay, just prepare yourself for this.
I like funny.
Okay, so there's a survey that came out in 2021.
Okay.
It was from this dating website for married people who want
Ashley Madison.
Okay, so it's something like that. It's
did
called.
You watch the Netflix documentary?
No, I did not. Okay,
I'm a big documentary guy.
Okay, so you might know the answer.
I watched it with my wife, and it was awesome.
It was good. Okay, so this was from a dating website called Victoria Milan, and basically what they did is it's this dating website for married people that are looking to have an affair.
Yep.
And it surveyed them in all of their professions.
Can we just stop for a second?
Yeah.
How messed up is our world, bro?
Yeah. It's bad.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Okay, so basically they surveyed these people.
Married people looking for a relationship.
And what they did for their job. So basically we're going to go the top 5 cheating professions based off of this study.
Are there any shocking ones?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Not really.
All right, let me do some guesses.
Okay.
IT work.
IT. This is a maybe. So at number 4, it's anyone who works in like a business as like a manager, or secretary, or CEO. So like in the corporate realm, that's number 4.
Nurses.
Nurses is number 3. So doctors, nurses, nursing assistants. So you got 4 and 3.
Listen, people in them hospitals, man, they have weird relationships, man.
Oh yeah, they be cheating.
My wife was a nurse, man. I had to take her out.
Dude, you got to,
I was
bro.
Like, baby, you're done.
She would never. She would never.
But I've heard crazy stories.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, my stepbrother Kyle, he was a nurse.
He was a nurse.
He got out of it.
He's an IT
He's
work
in
now.
IT now.
All right. Teachers.
Teachers is not on there.
All right. Let me guess. People who work in the food industry.
So I'll give you. So nightlife is number 7. So that's like
food and beverage. Yeah.
DJs, dancers, waiters, bartenders.
I'm doing pretty good on this.
That's number 7. Yeah.
Not the right verbiage.
You are,
but I'm doing all right.
You're doing good.
Let me think. Lawyers.
Lawyers is number 9.
Okay.
So I said it was a top 5, but I'm looking at the list of 10, so we can do all 10.
Okay. All right. Give me some hints.
All right. So
for number 5.
So for number 5, think about people who are famous and really good at what they do.
Influencers?
No, they're really like impressive athletically.
Oh, like bodybuilders.
They work in sports.
Okay.
So any athletes like NBA players, football players, even like personal trainers, anyone that's in sports
About your
of any
image.
kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So then you got number 2, number 1. So number 2,
What was one?
we haven't got that yet.
Okay.
So that's what you have left. So number 2, think about people who travel a lot, who go to a bunch of different places, way more than any average person.
I have no idea.
So anyone who works in aviation, flight
Oh.
attendants, pilots, anyone in that industry, because you got to think they're all across the world. They're
all
they're all alone. They think they can get away with it.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, number 1.
Number 1, financial. So bankers, brokers, financial analysts. I feel like that's a really stressful job, probably. So I don't know if they're looking for I don't know why, but that was number 1.
Got jokes. I'm gonna hold it in.
Okay, all them nerds. If you're in finance, please, I need some money. Okay, no, you're not a nerd.
Help us budget.
So today in our podcast has nothing to do with that. I just saw that article and I thought,
man,
Andrew would love to react to this.
Oh my goodness. So today, this actually came in from one of you.
Yeah.
One of the people who was like, hey, can you do one on boundaries? So basically, here's what we're going to be talking about. How nice is too nice?
Mm-hmm.
Understanding a hard heart and a soft heart. There's like a balance. But what does the Bible actually say about kindness? A big thing, especially we're going into holiday season, dealing with friends and family that take advantage of you, and how to have healthy boundaries. And one of the big things is how to love without losing yourself, which we'll talk. Sounds different than what you think.
Yeah.
So let's just start with understanding a soft heart and a hard heart.
Right. So a soft heart and a hard heart. There's times in our life where we're kind of locked in and we're, on a mission. We got things to do, errands to run, and we may see someone in need and we think, I don't have time.
Yeah.
And a soft heart would be the opposite. Someone who's willing to help, someone who's willing to step out of their comfort zone and help someone in need. So
how do you personally look at this? I want to know I'll tell you my point of view, but I want to hear yours.
Yeah. So let's talk about what does Jesus ask us to do? Because that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
He says to love others as yourself. Well, how do you love yourself? You feed yourself, you take care of yourself, you
put yourself first.
You put yourself first. So really he's saying, okay, love others like you'd love yourself. Put them first.
Yeah.
Put their needs above your own, the Bible says. Think about their concerns. So that's easier said than done. You know what I mean? Because we're humans, we're selfish, and sometimes people take advantage of us. So in this podcast, I want to kind of talk about that. What's the ideal hardness of heart versus softness of heart? What do you think?
So for me, this is one of the ways I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
If I was in this situation, or if my wife was in this situation, how would I want someone to respond to her or to me?
So you see someone broken down the side of the road.
Yeah. So like, for example, the other day, some lady, she was at a gas station I was getting gas at. She had a flat tire.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went up to her. I was like, hey, are you good? She's like, yeah, I'm waiting for AAA. They'll be here in about an hour and a half. And she had kids in the car. They're all sweating.
Yeah.
And I could tell she's real frustrated. So I was like, are you okay if I just change it for you real quick? So I was there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I changed out her. Some of y'all are judging me. You're like, it should only take you 10.
Right.
It took me like 30. But it was like, if my wife was in that position, my kids were sweating in their car seats, they're crying, they're screaming, going crazy. What would I want someone else to do for them?
Yeah, and I think that's what Jesus means is love others as yourself. Well, what would you want someone to do for you?
Yeah.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yeah. So that's one of the ways I look at it is like, if I was in this position,
mm-hmm.
if I needed something, or I needed help, or I was desperate, or I was depressed, or I was going through this, or I was grieving, how would I want someone to respond to me?
Yep. So now I'm gonna push back a little bit. On this. Let's talk about panhandlers. You see the homeless person on the side of the road who's got a sign and they're asking for money. Yeah. There's a big sentiment and there's a big portion of people, even believers, who say, don't give them anything because they're going to spend it on drugs and alcohol. And there's another big portion of believers who say, we have to care for our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ. So
So
how do we know what's helpful versus what's enabling?
So this is something really cool that some people in our church are doing right now, and we're going to be going more in depth with this next year. So if you are a part of our church at Countryside in Clearwater and Tampa and Palm Harbor, you'll be hearing more about it. But what some people do is in some of these groups, they're collecting products and they're creating like these hope bags, these care bags for homeless people.
Yeah.
So it has like socks in it. It has deodorant. It has toothpaste, toothbrush. It has underwear. So there's like female bags and male bags.
Yeah.
So people, when they see them, they want, and I think there's like a gift card, like a
McDonald's or something.
like Publix gift card or McDonald's. I think maybe it's McDonald's.
Yeah.
Because that's a healthy meal. But that was a joke.
Yeah. No. I know.
And so that's something that some people are doing. So, but for me, what I do is I keep extra waters in my truck.
Okay.
And I always give people money.
Give them some money?
Like $1.
Okay, so I want to explore this idea. Because we want to help people as Christians. And if you don't want to help people, you just look at homeless people like they're horrible, they put themselves in a situation. You need to check your heart, bring it to God, because that's not the right attitude. We want to help, but we want to actually do something that's going to help.
Yeah.
We don't want to enable a bad habit. We don't want to enable them to be an alcoholic and stay on the street. We want to help them to actually get help. Well, look at Jesus, what he says. In Luke chapter 6, verse 30. He says, "Give to everyone who asks of you, and from one who takes away your good deeds, do not demand them. Your goods, do not demand them back." So Jesus says to give to everyone who asks of you. Does that mean we need to give to every single person if they ask us for money? Every single panhandler?
No.
It's something we should think about, right? Well, on the other hand, you look at 2 Thessalonians 3:10, and it says that if someone's unwilling to work, they shouldn't eat. Okay, so what does that mean? You know, where do we put that in our theology of being nice and taking care of people? So let's look at it in context.
Yeah.
2 Thessalonians, there are these believers who were so excited for Jesus to come back. They thought he was coming back like in a few weeks or in a few months or in a few years. So they quit their jobs. They're not working anymore, and they're asking the church just to pay for their lifestyle. Yeah. So these women, where they're being gossips and these busybodies, and Paul's like saying like, they need to go to work. And if they don't want to go, right.
If gossiping was a spiritual gift, boy, you'd be a prophet.
So the Apostle Paul's like, listen, if someone in your church is not willing to go to work, they should not eat. So where's the balance here of give to everyone who asks of you, but don't enable their bad behavior? I think that's where we need to use wisdom.
Yeah, discernment and wisdom. Like for me, when it comes to homeless people on the side of the road, my heart used to be really hardened towards them.
Yeah.
And through different situations, and it's a long, long, long story, God has softened my heart towards people because I don't know every detail of their story.
Yeah.
They may be on drugs. They may not be.
Yeah.
But God has softened my heart to be like, you don't know their situation, but you may give them a level of hope and point them to me. Yeah. So I'm not giving them, the other day I gave a homeless guy on the side of the road $1. And Sadie, my daughter's with me. She's like, "How much did you give him?" And I was like, $1. She's like, "You should have given him 1,000." I'm like, "Baby, I ain't got it like that. But I want to be able to help people. Yeah. And for me, my heart's in the right place. Yeah. And but I'm going to use discernment. I'm going to use wisdom. If someone's like tweaking at a gas station, I'm probably not going to give him money. Right.
And do what we want to help, but we need to do what makes sense. Yeah. If you're giving to a homeless person and then you can't feed your kids at home,
don't do it.
Probably not, right? Why? Because you have an ultimate responsibility to them first as their father and as a provider is I have to take care of my own household. That's what the Bible says as well. If a man doesn't take care of his own household, he's worse than an unbeliever, right? So we're not going to go into debt and be broke to, help someone and then neglect our own children or our wife. No, but we should have a heart to care. Yeah. I love what John Piper says. I'm quoting one of his articles he did on this topic. He says, "I think we should err on the side of being taken advantage of rather than erring on the side of shrewdly protecting our wallet and our ego." And basically what he's saying is like when he stands before God one day, and I want to ask you this question. Would you rather stand before him and say, God, I erred on the side of not being taken advantage of and I didn't give to the people in need?
No.
Or would you rather say, God, I gave more than I should have, and maybe they use it for wrong things?
So this is how I look at it from my life. I am always prepared to give because a lot of times people aren't prepared to give. So they either don't give or they put themselves in a hole and it creates more issues for them. So one of the things that me and Anna do, we prepare to give. We have a blessing fund in our budget. It's not crazy, but we're able to bless somebody.
Yeah, it's in your budget.
It's in our budget. So we are prepared ahead of time. I have one of the things we do is we have spending money. And so we take out cash so we can actually keep track of what we're spending. But for me personally, I take $20 and I get ones. Yeah. And that is for the homeless people I'm going to see on US 19 under the bridge. I'm going to see them and I'm going to give them $1. Yeah. But that's what I'm going to do. So for me, I'm always going to err on the side of generosity. Right. Because I believe that every single one of us as Christians, we're blessed to be a blessing. Plain and simple. So when it comes to tithing, it is planned ahead. Yeah. I am prepared. I have made sacrificial changes in my life so I can do that. Right. I'm going to be generous with people. If they're going through a difficult time financially, I have it built in for a budget. Yeah. And there have been times where one of our friends is going through something really, really difficult. And we're like, hey, let's take our next 3 blessing months, put it all together, and let's just give this to them. Yeah. We just did that recently with somebody. Right. So that's what we always want to do.
And there's people listening to this who think, man, I can't afford a giving fund. It doesn't need to be $200 a month. No. It could be whatever you if all you have to give in that month is $5, then let your blessings fund be $5. Buy someone a coffee,
Well, and that's part of the blessing fund for us. Sometimes it's taking people out to coffee. Right. Sometimes it's taking people a couple out to dinner.
It's not about the amount. Yeah. Jesus tells a story where he's sitting outside the temple and he's watching people go and give their offering, and he sees these wealthy Pharisees and these wealthy men and women that they're giving these large sums of money and they're making sure everyone sees them put their money in the offering. And then he sees a widow who gives one small copper coin, and he tells the people around him, he's like, listen, she gave more than all of them. Why? She gave the last of what she had.
She gave everything. She gave it all.
Everything, right? So you give out of obedience to God and love for your fellow man. It's not about the amount or how much money it is. It's you being obedient to the call of God.
That's it.
So that's one thing.
All right, now here's the big question. Yeah. How nice is too nice?
So I want to get into that because this is a nuanced answer. Because it's one thing to talk about, should we give to the homeless people on the side of the road? And it's another when it's family members or friends who you feel are taking advantage of you, who are always calling you for money, who are always calling you for things. And then you're like, well, I'm a Christian, so I want to do the right Christian thing, but I don't know if I can afford it this month. And how do we know, I guess the idea I want to talk about is how do we know when we're being taken advantage of versus when we are being kind and doing what God has called us to do?
So I kind of look at it like there are these lines that you can cross. Right. Because boundaries are essential in any relationship. Like even me and you as friends, we have boundaries. Right. I'm not just going to show up to your house unannounced just because I know your door code and I'm going to come in. I don't know what I'm walking into. If I did that, you'd be like, what is wrong with you, bro? Right. We have boundaries in our relationship. But here's how you can look at it. If you've crossed a line with too kind, if you're constantly exhausted, where you're like, man, I'm doing this every night of the week. Man, right. I'm going and picking up this person in the morning, then I'm dropping them off, and then I'm doing this I'm constantly exhausted. It's affecting my life. One thing, and we talked about this a little bit on our people pleaser episode, but is you say yes out of fear and guilt, where you're like, well, what are they going to say about me? Yeah. You do not say yes to somebody to help somebody because you're afraid, right? Or because there's this guilt or this thing that's hanging over you. You say yes because you're compelled to say yes, and you want to bless them, right? So don't do it out of fear. Or this is another line: if you're neglecting your own calling. Yeah. So if you're a husband and you doing all these other things is neglecting your household, you've crossed a line. If you saying yes to go and help this person is neglecting your children and being the father that you're supposed to be, you're crossing a line. Yeah. And Now, there's going to be times where it's like, hey, I'm going to go help somebody move. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to be gone for a couple hours. That's okay.
Yeah.
But when it's affecting your life in a way where it's like, you are not a husband, you are not a mother,
Yep.
you are neglecting your call as a child of God. You're not spending time with the Lord. You're not.
Yeah. There's an imbalance there if you're not caring for yourself. Now, I want to get like really practical here. Those are really practical ways. Yeah. I'll give an example, personal example. I had one of these youth leaders that used to serve in our youth ministry. She came to camp with us. She was a youth leader. And after camp one year, she calls Danica, my wife. Yeah. And she's like, hey, I'm having trouble making rent this month. Could you guys give me a few $100? I'll pay you back. I'm waiting until I get paid. And we're like, well, yeah, we want to be a blessing to somebody. So, okay, well, I think we gave her like $300. Crickets. Never heard back from her again. Stopped coming to church. Stopped serving. We've reached out multiple, not in like a, hey, give me my money, but like, are you okay?
On the Venmo request, where you at,
No. Just like, how's everything going? Are you okay? Just completely left on red. And I know she's still alive.
I remember you talking to me about that.
She's still posting on Instagram and
bro,
stuff.
Don't give her no money.
So, but here's the thing is there's no bitterness or unforgiveness on our end because we give expecting nothing in return.
And that's what the Bible says is, if you give to somebody or lend to somebody, expect it that you are actually giving it to them.
Yeah, you're not getting it back.
You are not. So that I remember we talked about. I was like, just know if you're giving it to her, just know in your mind, I'm not getting this money back. Yeah. And if you get it back, just look at it as a blessing from God.
Yeah. Because we need to do what Jesus says.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's a real example.
That's a real example. Now, here would be the question. Say she comes back a few months later. Hey, I'm late on rent again. I'm sorry I couldn't get to you last time. I'm in a bad place. Yeah. Would you give her money again? Even though
that's between you and God.
So these are the questions that we have people asking is like, how do we use this wisdom and discernment?
So this is what I would say. If you are okay with not getting the money back, then give it. I have helped people out for multiple months. Nothing crazy. Yeah. But like, hey, me and my family, we don't have any money to eat. Yep, I'll buy y'all some food.
Right.
I'll bring over this. I'm doing it for 2-3 months. There's one guy in particular that I can think of. I was talking to him, and they were kind of in a relationship, kind of not, but like he like funded her life.
And sugar daddy.
Yeah, kind of. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't anything else. It was just funding. Yeah. And he was just hoping that one day they would be in a relationship. And he felt really taken advantage of. And I was like, you have to look at it. If you're going to give her money, you're not getting anything back ever. Yeah. But you have to be okay with that. So if you are not okay with getting that money back, then don't give it. Yeah. Or give a little bit of amount.
So that's kind of what I want to talk about is how can we help people without just giving them money? Because there are people who have bad intentions, who take advantage of people. There are scam artists out there.
A lot of Netflix documentaries, man.
There are people in your life that will take your kindness as weakness, that will go to the same person because they keep giving money and they keep wasting it, and they're not actually making progress in their life. They're not getting a job. Yeah. They're not, getting their life together. They're still sleeping. So there's other things we can do to help them.
So I've done this with somebody before where I gave them, like, hey, I'll help you, but this is what I need to see first. Mm-hmm. You need to, if you want this money, I would love to be a blessing to you, and I'm not looking for any money back. Yeah. Even though you've promised me 10 times you're going to give it back next week. Right. You need to go to 10 interviews, and I'll take you to them. Yeah. And I'm going to help you. You have to get a job. Exactly. So to me, the biggest thing is, there's that old saying, like, you can give a man a fish or you can teach him a fish and he can eat for a lifetime. Yeah. So are you a crutch? Or are you just a brace for a moment? Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, I'm going to help you for a little bit. I'm going to nurse this knee back together. We're going to get you back. Yeah. Or are you just this crutch that's always there? Right. So,
because if someone does not work, they will not eat.
You ain't getting that money.
Okay, so it's help them with their resume. Yeah. Maybe take them shopping to get some nicer clothes so they can get a job interview. Help them find a job. These are all helpful things that we can do as Christians without necessarily being taken advantage of.
So what are the boundaries that you have when it comes to things like that?
Yeah, I would say I'm similar to you. of if I think that me giving them money is actually going to be a blessing to them and help them, then I'm probably going to give it if I have the means to, if I can. But if someone I can tell is completely taking advantage of the system and just not putting in any effort, I think really what you're doing is more harm than good. And I find a lot of parents are in this situation with their children.
Grown children.
Yeah, not like, feed your kids. Okay. I'm talking about like adult children who still live with you and are in their 20s, maybe even 30s. And you're just funding their whole lifestyle, and they can't keep a job, and they're playing video games all day, and they may even be smoking weed or drinking alcohol, and the money that you're giving them, they're destroying their life with. These are the relationships that we need to figure out how to stop the enablement.
And there's a level of sometimes kindness is really hard love.
Mm-hmm.
I was meeting with a lady the other day. Her son is kind of going through some of the things you were talking about. He's like 35. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, sometimes the kindest thing that you can do and the most loving thing you can do is to kick him out of your house.
Yeah.
Because there's a level of it. And you're just like, I don't want him to be homeless. I'm like, he will figure it out.
He's an able-bodied man.
Because if he's been in your house for 17 years and he's been doing this, what has been happening isn't helping.
Right.
It's perpetuating the situation. It's just going to continue. So I would say sometimes the kindest thing that you can do is to be hard sometimes.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you cross the line and you're just mean and I'm just a hard dad and this is tough love all the time. No.
Right.
There should be a gentleness to you. There should be warnings. There should be, hey, if you don't do this by this time, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I need to see changes. So I think the biggest thing is clarity. Mm-hmm. Because clarity is really kind.
Yeah.
So if you have a kid living in your house and he's not a kid, he's 35 or 30 or whatever, be clear with him.
Yeah.
Be clear with her.
Yeah.
Hey, here are my expectations moving forward.
Yep.
I need to have this by this date. I need to have this by this date. If you miss a benchmark along the way, here's the repercussion.
Yep.
Here's the consequence. Here's what's going to take place.
And that could be the most loving thing you can do.
Yeah.
Because that gives them the kind of wherewithal to get their stuff figured out.
Yeah, my uncle, he got kicked out of the house when he went to the University of Florida, got an engineering degree. He kind of came back home, kind of chilling, kind of a hippie, kind of, going.
Uncle James?
No, my mom's brother.
Oh, okay. I'm like, dang, Uncle James has an engineering degree?
Definitely not.
But
like, he's a hard worker. And
yes,
he's a smart guy.
Yes, he is.
But he was kind of came back home. He was kind of bumming it, and eventually his parents, what they literally did is put all his stuff in a trash bags and put it on the lawn, and they said figure it out. Now I'm not telling you to do that. This is like,
but you might need to,
depending on where it's at.
Yeah.
And guess what? He went and got a job. He became an engineer, became very successful.
Yeah.
Very, very, very successful.
Right.
And did very well for himself. Owns homes. He is doing fine.
And you need that push.
But sometimes people need that push of love of like, you can't just keep coming here and doing this.
Yeah.
Here is my love, and I'm going to help you get to where you need to be.
Yeah. Well, this might sound a little offensive, so bear with me here. But I think that's why it's so crucial to have a husband and a wife in the home to make these decisions together.
Yeah.
When you guys can say, hey, listen, we got this kid. He's 25. He's still in our house. He can't keep a job. He's smoking weed every day. He's playing video games. What should we do? Most of the time, the mom's going to be like, let's give him a little more time. And most of the time, that's like, we need to get him out. And maybe none of those answers are correct. Usually, it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
So when you have someone who can kind of balance out your viewpoint and get wise advice, maybe you don't have, a husband to talk about these things with. Talk to a pastor, get wise counsel, but come together and find out what is going to be beneficial. And then, like you said, lay out those plans, lay out the consequences, and then take action.
Yeah. One of the things when it comes to kindness, and the Bible talks a lot about kindness. It talks about loving your neighbor as yourself, just like you were talking about. Mm-hmm. One of the things that is so important, though, is guarding your heart.
Yep.
In Proverbs 4:23, that's what it talks about. Guard your heart. Why? Because it's the wellspring of life.
Yeah.
Kindness is protecting yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting yourself from hurt, protecting yourself from going into debt because you're always trying to help other people. So it's important that you you protect yourself in the process.
Yeah, you got to check your motives when you give.
Yeah. And kindness should always come from a full heart, not an empty one. So if you're like depleted and you're like, man, I'm just burnt out, I'm doing everything for everybody, and I ain't got nothing else to give, and you just been given out of obligation, stop.
Yeah.
You need to get filled up. You need to withdraw. You need to get alone with God. Do a little staycation somewhere. Like,
because that kindness can quickly turn to bitterness.
It's like a switch.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I've been taken advantage of too long. Like, I'm not giving nothing. And you don't want to be in either extreme. So how do you love without losing yourself? You check your motives. Why am I doing this? Is it because I care about this person? I want to follow Christ, love my neighbor. You pray before you say yes.
Yeah.
You know, if someone asks Anna for money, what is she going to do? She's probably going to get your advice. Hey, what should we do? She's not just going to be like, yeah, here's $1,000. And then your husband's like, what do you do? You talk, you get wise advice. You seek godly counsel. God, what would you have me do here? I want to help. I want to be a blessing, but I want to enable somebody. You pray. You give from the overflow.
Yeah.
You know, you don't give someone the money that you were going to spend for your kids' medical bills or your, you know, child care, you know, and you have to kind of learn when to say no and when to say yes.
Yeah. All right. So this is a big thing.
Okay.
Family.
Mm-hmm.
Or blood.
Yeah.
Like same house growing up, like same moms, like how nice is too nice when it comes to family? Like, what are the boundaries that it should be?
Yeah, that's a big one. Because if you are married and you have your family and your spouse has their family, quote unquote, what a lot of people don't realize is, no, now y'all got a new family. But some people still have like, well, I got to help my brother. I got to help my sister. And you're thinking like, I ain't helping them, man.
Yeah.
They're all crack.
One of my favorite things is at weddings, because we do a lot of weddings.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll hear the father's speech of like, man, we're just so excited to welcome John into the family. And every time in my mind, I'm like, well, I went over this with them in premarital. I told them the dad was going to say this.
Yeah.
Because I do it in premarital with them. You are not joining their family.
Yeah.
And that might be weird for some people. You are starting your own family.
Right.
So what that means is you have to look after each other before you look after your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about leaving and cleaving.
Yep.
You got to, how I look at that is like, you know, those army videos of people coming home, soldiers coming home, and then the wife just runs to her husband, wraps her arms and her legs, and she just won't let go.
Yeah.
Like for such a long time. That's what cleaving is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need to do with your husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
And you are now creating your own family, and your mother and father, as much as you love them and as much as you would still help them and help them through difficult times and taking care of them when they're older, that's a godly thing to do.
Oh yeah, you have to.
But they are now extended family.
Yeah.
They're extended family.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to swallow sometimes for people.
Right.
So when it comes to mothers, fathers, brothers and sisters, cousins, how do you protect yourself and your family in those types of things?
Well, in that case, you know, my children come first.
Yeah.
And my wife comes first. So if I have a family member who maybe he's going through a tough time and they're, you know, whatever the issue is.
You were just helping your brother out the other day.
I was.
Yeah. Took him to Waffle House.
See, that's an honor to do.
Yeah.
But say I have a family member who's maybe a little sketchy. Maybe they're out of jail.
Got that
maybe
wispy
they got tattoos all over.
No.
I wouldn't let them stay in my house.
Yeah.
I got to protect my kids. You know, I could think, you know, you're the greatest guy and you'll never do anything wrong, but I need to protect my children. You know, you have little girls. You got to protect your house, right? So you're not just going to be like, hey, anyone wants to come in, you know, you got a room to stay here. It's like, maybe I can help in another way.
Yeah.
You know, so it's using wisdom. We're going to help. We want to help, but do it in a wise way.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they make serious mistakes because they're trying to be too nice. They do things out of obligation. They do things because they think it's right. And then they ruin their kids' lives because someone gets taken advantage of because Uncle so-and-so stayed at their house and he was a perv or whatever it is. That's a real possibility. A lot of these things happen. So your obligation is first to your family, not in a selfish way, us versus them, but I got to protect these kids first.
Yep.
And maybe I can give some money. Maybe I can help with a job interview. Maybe I can help with some clothes, but using wisdom.
Ultimately, we have to protect our families.
Mm-hmm.
We have to protect our children. We have to protect our spouse. And that's something we're really, really mindful of.
Yeah.
Of who comes into our house.
Yep.
Because Thanksgiving is coming.
Yep.
Christmas is coming. And if that uncle, that brother, that person who's going to come into your home and influence your children, you can say, well, he's just crazy or he just drank too much. Do you want that around your kids?
Yeah.
So there's a level of it where you have to protect what you're doing is you're choosing to love them more than your kids.
Yeah.
Or your wife.
Yeah.
And they are on a pedestal that your family should be on.
Yeah. And remember, like the Bible says, that if anyone doesn't care for their own household, they're worse, provide for and care for their own household, they're worse than an unbeliever.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that for a moment, because like you said, Thanksgiving's coming up, family's going to be over. Let's put some scenarios in place. Okay.
I love scenario training.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So say you have a cousin who
Yeah.
comes over every year for Thanksgiving. It's a she, but she is into witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes over and you see her on Instagram. She's got all this witchy stuff and she wants to give your kids little amulets that she's blessed for them. Yeah. How do you love her?
Hey, I love you. Don't give my kids anything. Right. I mean, to me, I'm just like, get out of here. Like,
yeah,
don't bring that stuff in my house. So I think one of the biggest things when it comes to these scenarios, you could have your brother who's coming over, who's going to be, he's going to be drunk and he's going to bring alcohol and he's going to be blitzed in front of your entire family. Mm-hmm. What you can do beforehand is have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of conflict. We're not going to yell. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be collected.
Right.
I'm going to be loving. Hey, I'm really looking forward to Thanksgiving, man. You always make the best mashed potatoes. I don't know what you put in them, but man, those things are good.
Cigarette ash.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but man, it is salty and I like it. Can't wait to spend some time with you, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want you to drink this year. If you are, like you did the last 6 Thanksgivings, you can't come over to my home.
Yeah.
I love you, but I don't want my kids to be around that.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
So I think it's important, like we talked about earlier, it's like clarity is loving.
Right.
Clarity is kind. We're not called to just say, yes, yes, yes.
Everyone's welcome.
Take it.
You can
come, do this.
Yeah.
No, we can. Yeah, I want to help, but here's the expectation. Here's what I need from you.
Yeah. Especially when there's children involved.
Help me help you.
Yeah. And the other thing that some people will do, that they're afraid to have this conflict, so then they're just passive aggressive, and their brother who comes who's drunk, and you probably should have told him not to come, but he came anyway, and then you're just being a jerk to him the whole time. Then you guys start bickering and fighting in front of the whole family. Then you look just as bad. Then mom's crying. It's like, this could have just been stopped if we had a conversation. Hey, don't bring alcohol to Thanksgiving dinner this year. You know, don't come drunk. I don't want you, breathing your alcohol breath on my children.
If you come drunk, I'm going to ask you to leave.
Right, beforehand, not just in the moment. So these are all things. We want to use wisdom. We love our families. We love our friends.
Yeah.
But we have to protect
when it comes to kindness, look ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Giving, plan ahead.
Yeah.
These Aunt Sally's coming with 2 bottles of wine that she plans on drinking. Plan ahead and have the conversation.
Yeah.
So I think it's so important when it comes to our kindness, when it comes to boundaries aren't just forged in a moment. Mm-hmm. All of our boundaries in my family, me and Anna have talked about. We have prayed over them.
Yeah.
And we speak to each other before we do something.
Yeah.
And how do we make those boundaries? Is I usually made a mistake. And then I had to repent and ask for forgiveness.
Right.
But now I know the boundary.
Right.
And now we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing, is the Bible is clear. We need to give to those who ask us. We need to love our neighbors as ourselves. We need to be kind. We should want to do all these things. But we also need to make sure that we use wisdom and discernment, seek godly counsel and wise counsel on these things. And it's really, some of these things are just case by case. You can't really sit here and, say, in this situation, this is what you always do.
Yeah.
It's like, talk to a pastor. Talk to a mentor, talk to a godly friend, talk to your spouse, and pray and ask God, what would you have me do in this situation? So
that's good.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this podcast here today. You are a part of our family here at the Fully Dedicated Podcast. We love making this content for you. We've got our 50th episode coming up in just a couple weeks, which we're very excited about. If you have any topics you want us to discuss, questions you have for Andrew or his nice shirt that he's wearing, or questions about my boots that I wear sometimes, funny or serious, let us know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, and we can't wait to see you next time.